jẹ́ pàtàkì tó jẹ́ kókó tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ fún àwa drivers ní ojú ọ̀nà láti.
The problem we are facing is that from Ijesha to the second gate of the port, there are area boys at numerous points, and they forcefully obtain money from us. During my last trip, I was beaten mercilessly by the hoodlums because I couldn't give them money.
Criminal activities by Lagos State louts, also known as Agbero, have reached a new high. Notorious for extorting road users, the gangs have become a nightmare to truck drivers plying the Lagos port roads. The open impunity has caused injuries, loss of businesses, and lives to commuters who fail to pay illegal fees imposed by the gangs.
So, the rapper do this to you.
A truck driver, Chidera, survived the loud's lynching by the Whiskers when he ran out of money.
I was coming from Halaba warehouse with my boss, and after I reached Agboju, my Oga don't give them money. As we wanted to leave, they threw a stone at us, and it hit my eyes. My Oga gave me clothes to cover my eyes and took me to the garage. From there, we went to the hospital, and they gave me medicine and stitched the affected part of my eyes, and after, they removed the wire. They gave me medicine, but up till now, the eyes is still paining me.
I said that should be about 2 weeks ago. So one politic warehouse.
Sometimes in November 2022, they were coming from Alaba warehouse. They had met them in 10 junctions, where they had paid 1,000 naira each. But when they reached Agboju junction, they were asked to pay more. The driver was unhappy. They stopped him, but he told them he did not have any money. When he wanted to move, one of the boys threw a stone which struck his eyes. The driver wanted to wait, but the area boys ran away. Having seen what happened, the driver drove him to the garage, and we took him to Festac police station to make a report. But when we got there, they said it is not within their jurisdiction, that we have to go to a satellite police station, as at that time he was in severe agony. When we took him to the hospital, blood were about to enter his eyes. They had to stitch his eyes in the hospital, give him injection, and admit him. Because of his critical condition, we could not go to where the incident happened. We could not trace the area boys. We have to leave them to God, and the government is not doing anything. Also, when we have a work that worth 200,000 naira, we waste 100,000 naira on area boys, and the money would even finish. If your car developed fault on the road, they would not allow you to finish it, no matter what happened.
Ahmed Lawal, another truck driver, was kidnapped by the area boys.
We wanted to carry empty container inside Kachike. Along Babangida Road, our trailer were 3. But before we entered the streets, we encountered OPC guys. These boys said they wanted to collect 2,000 naira on each truck. Although we had given it to them at Kachike, yet they demanded for more. There were many trailers inside that were waiting to carry container. They did not want us to enter so that we would not cause gridlock. They instructed us to queue. After we had parked in the queue for them to finish with other trailers, that is when one of our trailers broke down because of a hole we were not aware of. I spent more than a week at the hospital but I still visit hospital for regular checkup because I still feel sharp pains in my body. These OPC boys want to collect money at all time, even if you pass not minding the number of times you pass. I observe that most of the guys feel nobody can conquer them. They are ruthless and wicked. The police could not conquer them despite the fact that they were more than the OPC boys. It is popular that the police collect bribe, but here it is the OPC boys that are everywhere. They should help us talk to Gani Adams. The government should invite Gani Adams because the boys had claimed that they were sent by Gani every time.
Barely 3 weeks prior to the ICIR's visit, tragedy struck at the Trade Fair Bridge along the Lagos-Badagry Express Road when a truck crushed a police officer and 2 other persons to death due to nuisance caused by the louts. Apart from area boys, investigations by the ICIR reveal that officers of the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASTMA, also extort road users, especially truck drivers plying port access roads. Frustrated by the illegal activities, various associations of transport operators and the Lagos maritime industry formed a union called the Amalgamation of Container Truck Owners Association of Nigeria to tackle the indiscriminate extortion of truck drivers along port access roads.
We want to seek their support because we are the one that know where the thing is, where there is a problem and how we can address it. So most of our members, they are in collaboration with those people and we have been able to identify them. So, but for us not to take jungle justice, and then that is why we come to seek for the authority support. And as you can see, the government has already put in place the PSTT to checkmate the activities of the extortion and other activities of people on the road.
The Port Standing Task Team, PSTT, was established by the federal government to boost enforcement activities and promote integrity in Nigeria's maritime sector. Coordinator of the team, Moses Fadipe, blamed the menace of area boys on the inaction of the Lagos state government.
You see, when you fight corruption, it always fights back. When you block a loophole, another one will revolve to get another loophole. But we continue to be consistent back to back with it, and that's how we mentioned that the operatives have suffered a lot of attacks, physical attacks. For people who felt, yeah, it should be business as usual. But we are carrying on with good support from government in terms of logistics and funding. I want to believe there is a light at the end of the tunnel. The extortion of the port access road by public officials is now a thing of the past. What we have now is private people that we call non-state actors. And that is why some stakeholders here unanimously said that Lagos state government should do more to help them. Because it is now a case of touts on the corridor. So what we are saying is that let the state government do more about the touts, because it's their state. So that's just what we are having as we speak. But not as pronounced as before. We have somebody who believes it is his right to stay on that particular point. But we are arresting them all the time, and we are dealing with them.
The Council of Maritime Transport Union and Association has also expressed frustration over the failure of relevant stakeholders to solve the multiple extortion points on the roads. In 2021, Trucks Transit Parks, the firm in charge of managing the electronic call-up system, estimated the value of daily extortion to state and non-state actors on Apapa roads as 100 million naira. The ICIR investigation shows that there are several cesspits of extortionists operating publicly in Apapa, and the activities are being aided by security operatives, especially the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, a state-owned agency under the Ministry of Transportation. Earlier, a similar investigation exposed how the violent Lagos louts fleece motorists of billions of naira in transport taxes collected from drivers of commercial buses, tricycles, and motorcycles. Meanwhile, Special Assistant to Lagos State Governor on Transportation Shola said despite the state government's efforts, there were still incidents of the criminal activities by touts. Lagos State Police spokesperson Benjamin Hundeyin said the force is not aware of the extortion by area boys. However, he urged drivers to report illegal activities of touts to the police.